I'm Madison, and this is Jessica.
Hi.
And we work for Stonecroft, and we are asking you to join us in piloting a conversation series that Jessica wrote, and give us your feedback. Let us know what you think about it. And the most important part of that is that you would invite non-believers to give that feedback. These are really made for non-believing women to talk about real things, to be vulnerable and open with one another, and ultimately introduce them to Jesus. So what we want to do right now is just give you a couple examples of how to invite, because inviting is really important. The words that you use and how natural you are, and sometimes it takes a little bit of thought beforehand. So we just want to help you out with that, give you a couple examples. And one thing that we will say about the invitation is that you want to make sure that women know that you are going to be discussing faith-based things from a biblical perspective. You don't want them to walk into it not knowing that and be shocked. So, Jessica, do you want to give one example of how to do that?
Yes,
Okay.
one example. So if I was to invite a woman who has been struggling in her faith, who doesn't know anything about scripture, or even a woman who has a passion for evangelism and wants to connect with her friends, I would say something like, hey, there's a number of us that have realized we feel really disconnected and lonely and have a hard time talking about deeper things. We're going to meet next week to start talking about these different issues and how we can support each other in life and in our struggles. And we're going to look at some stories from Scripture to discover what faith has to do with any of these things. So I'd love for you to come and hang out with us. It's going to be really informal, snacks, drinks, mostly just kind of sharing each other's stories and listening to each other and supporting each other.
Great. And something I might say is, hey, a group of us are getting together just to have a conversation about the things that are going on in our lives in a safe and trustworthy environment, just to be open and get to know one another, and also talk about what the Bible has to say about the things that we struggle with in life. So if you're interested, we're meeting next week. We're going to have dinner, snacks, drinks, so we would love for you to come.
That's it. Pretty simple.
Easy.
We even have some facilitating conversation questions for your groups to kind of ease into it, if that would be helpful for you. So we just love to provide you with some resources to help reach women in your community. Thanks for your willingness to even pray and try out our conversation guide.
Thank you.